sequences and sequels, roll the dice. One voice cuts through the noise and spin, yeah. No filter, no fear, he's going all in. Yeah, movies, games, TV shows, what truth in the blows. This is lights, camera, red, where fandom meets fury. Yeah, you know where we stand. Strap in, speak up, turn the volume to 10. And let the From heroes that soar to villains that flop, from endings we love to the ones that should stop. He'll call out the hype, tear down the disguise. Say what you're thinking but can't verbalize. No sugarcoat, no play it safe plan. Just raw uncut, that's Mr. Redman. Every frame, every game, every line's fair game. If it's weak, if it's fire, he'll call it by name. This is lights, camera, red, where fandom meets fury. Yeah, you know where we stand. Strap in, speak up, turn the
Welcome to the Lights, Camera, Rant Podcast. Your source for the latest on movies, TV shows, and video games. Get ready for ranting, raving, and reviewing. Here is your host, Lee.
Hi everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Lights, Camera, Rant. As always, I'm your wonderful host, Mr. Rant, and can you believe we are 1 week away from Christmas? Like, it is so close. It's really unreal to think about the fact that we're nearly close, and that is a wrap on 2025, which definitely tune in the next few weeks because we're going to do a wrap-up of 2025 on both movies, TV shows, and video games. So what was the best and the worst? And we're also going to be talking about a movie that has overtaken Lilo and Stitch as the highest grossing movie of 2025, which, look, if you do know, I don't think it's a really big shock. But for anyone who doesn't know, it might be a little bit more shock even more because I was expecting this movie to make a lot of money, was expecting it to make that much money. So we're going to dive into that. And of course, for everyone who's tuning in for the very first time, welcome to Lights, Camera, Rant. For everyone who's been here multiple times, you know how to pull up a drink and get ready for a rant as we talk about the latest in movies and TV shows, video games. And of course, it is the season, and we need to talk about a Christmas movie, which we're going to be talking about Silent Night, Deadly Night, the 2025 remake, which I had the invite to go see a screening of this movie, which was not exactly what I expected, but a real good time, which I can't wait to get into. And of course, in the past week, which we are being absolutely spoiled, because not only are we getting not only do we get the Supergirl trailer, but we are going to be getting the Doomsday trailer this week, which we're going to dive into a little bit more because that doesn't seem like Doomsday's trailers to Doomsday trailers. That's what might be coming as well over the past week with Avatar. And of course, we've also got rumored another trailer as well, which I really do hope this is true, is Odysseus. Odysseus is I really hope that this is going to be the trailer as well. It has leaked online, but we're going to be talking about that as well. And of course, this episode goes out every single Tuesday, and we go live on YouTube. So hello to Carla Harris 9691. Thank you for coming past. And Capo's, how sad is that Lilo was number one to begin with? I know. I know. Lilo and Stitch was indeed number one, which they held the title since March or May since it came out. sitting on $1.38 billion at the worldwide box office. But yes, that has been trumped over at least by $100 million by the movie that we all know it's out right now. And look, the sad part is not only was Lilo and Stitch number 3, the Minecraft movie was number 4, and Jurassic World Rebirth is number 5, which I think is the worst entry in the Jurassic World or Jurassic Park franchise altogether. So that's kind of it's sadder. But after that, Demon Slayer, that was well deserved. How to Train Your Dragon was well deserved. F1 was well deserved. Superman was good. Mission Impossible was good. Fantastic Four was good. Wicked for Good was good. Had to say that one. But yeah, I would have liked F1 Superman to be a little bit higher. That would be just something that wasn't that, especially with Minecraft and a whole bunch of theater people going chicken jockey. Oh god. Yes, ranters and rantettes. That is indeed correct. That is how cinemas were at the stage when that dropped. Remember how badly everyone wanted Jurassic World 5? Yeah, I know. I don't know. Like, this is the thing: is like Jurassic World, fourth one, loved it. Thought it was fantastic. It was a simple concept. Was the fact that what happens if the park was open and people got sick of dinosaurs and you had to make something bigger and scarier? That was a win. That was good. And then we got 5, which was kind of really subpar. And number 6 really was only good because of nostalgia. Kind of didn't make sense. And then we got this, which is a soft reboot to kick off a new trilogy that apparently, has very little to no connections to the first one at the request of Steven Spielberg. But it's funny. People like dinosaurs, even if the movie's terrible. Movie industry is like it's broke even. Make 3 sequels now. It's a default. Reboot, sequels, legacy sequels, which I say legacy sequels, but some of them haven't been too bad. But yeah, it's just reboot, sequels, and remakes, which the movie that we're going to be talking about is actually a remake with a fresh take, which is actually which is really good. But that's all Hollywood is at the moment. So, like, looking over here, looking at the global box office of the top movies of this year, the only one that's the original movie that isn't a sequel, isn't a remake, isn't based on something existing technically, is F1. Because Zootopia is a sequel. Lilo and Stitch is technically an animated remake. Minecraft is based on the game. Jurassic World Rebirth is a sequel. Demon Slayer. Yeah, Demon Slayer. F1. How to Train Your Dragon is technically a remake. Sort of. Superman, of course, is a sequel. Mission Impossible is a sequel. Fantastic Four, technically sequel reboot. Anyway, Conjuring a sequel. Wicked a sequel. Captain America a sequel. Thunderbolts technically a sequel. Sinners, which was an original movie, that's only 16. Final Destination sequels. Weapons was original. Bad Guys 2 is a sequel. Now You See Me, Now You Don't sequel. Snow White's a remake. One Battle After Another, that was original. Predator Badlands sequel. Five Nights at Freddy sequel. Yeah, there's a lot. 28 Days Later sequel, Tron Ares sequel, Bridget Jones sequel. Yeah, there's a lot. Keep me to watch Sinners, dude. I highly recommend you to. Sinners is a great watch. Almost because of the fact that we're in December and that came out February or March, it almost feels like a lifetime ago since they came out. But it's a really good movie. Michael B. Jordan does a fantastic job on it. It's good, but for me personally, I think it was one of those movies that it got overhyped. Because I left the theater and I was a bit like, oh yeah, that was good. Not like amazingly great, but it was good. Where me leaving F1, I was like, that is just amazing. Like, that was so good. I kind of wish I got to see that at IMAX, but I didn't. However, it is streaming on Apple TV right now. If you have Apple TV, I know a lot of people don't really have Apple TV, but it's right there. We need some more Jordan Peele horror. Yes, we do. Pretty sure he's got something cooking in the works. If that's been announced or it's about to announce, but he's got something cooking in the works that he's going to be cooking up. It's funny. What I always love about him is the fact he makes these awesome horror movies. Yet if you ask him, anyone who do you know who this guy is, they're like, oh, it's the sweating guy meme. Like that's where people know him the most. Also, Hollywood way too scared to take chances. They are. Hollywood's too scared to take chances now. They want a known IP to make money on as a guarantee to make money. That's the thing. That's Hollywood. It's Hollywood at the moment, and when they do take chances, it's not marketed right, or something goes wrong, and they lose faith in the project, which is a real shame. And then when you do get a good movie like F1, that's where it's justified. Weapons, Sinners, it's really good. But then there's times where you're like, oh, really? Like, don't get me wrong, like Ballerina came out this year, and that really wasn't setting records. As right now, Ballerina is the 32 highest grossing movie this year of only 137 million. Currently, right now, it actually sits in front of Mickey 17, Black Phone 2, Smurfs, Karate Kid Legends, Coco Goo. Definitely check that out. That's really good. Materialist, The Count 2, Downtown Abbey, The Naked Gun. I still didn't watch The Naked Gun. Didn't get a chance to watch it because I was overseas. I know we did last summer. Like some of those movies that should be a little bit higher, but yeah. But as I said, like we got the Supergirl trailer this past week, which was awesome. Very much. Here's Superman. Here's Guardians of the Galaxy, and let's just smash them together, and there you go. You got a Supergirl movie. Come on. It's going to be a good winter and spring for anime. At least shows have been good. Movies, Severance, and Murderbot. TV shows are killing it at the moment. TV shows are just doing fantastic this year. And just this week, Fallout Season 2 starts this week. Percy Jackson started last week. Of course, beginning of the year, we got Daredevil. We got Invincible, Gen V, and what's on top of it? The Studio, banger after banger after banger after banger. That we're fitting. Yes, Fallout. Yes, 18th, December 18th. First 2 episodes drop, and then unfortunately, it is coming out every single week after that. So it is not going to be until the end of January, unfortunately, that we will be watching the final Fallout. Unlike last time when they dropped out 2 years ago, they gave us the entire series. Nope. Week after week after week. So we will not be finished watching this until 2026, which is really bloody annoying. Components. I'm putting a lot of faith in Gunn. Trust me, I'm putting a lot of faith in Gunn. He proved it with Superman. Now obviously he didn't direct Supergirl. But Supergirl looks big. Obviously, he's got James Gunn like DNA all the way through it. But it looks good. Like it looks it's gonna be a good time. Again, it's going to take another page out of the book of Superman. The fact that hey, boom, here's the character. Here's going to do a little split of the background of her history, and then we're going to get straight into it, which is good. That's what we want. Unfortunately, from the trailer as well, it looks like something happens to Crypto, which I'm like, no, nothing can happen to Crypto. But it looks like something happens to Crypto during that movie. And of course, we get a very small glimpse, didn't get a full shot of Jason Momoa as Lobo, which I've been seeing the internet react to this. The fact that people are like, wow, he went from a really well-known character to Lobo. And I'm like, look, Lobo, yes, isn't as big as Aquaman, but he's not an F or a J character. Like he's up there. He's been in a lot of the animated TV shows, and Jason Momoa hasn't really been shy about playing this character. I'm pretty sure he's been saying during Aquaman as well. He has been saying he wants to play Lobo, so it's kind of no surprise at all. Was hoping Gunn would take us in Brightest Day. Duck is known for lanterns, but I doubt it. Yeah, actually, it's funny you actually say that because I was going to talk about lanterns because we got a leaked trailer for it, sort of, which I'm going to talk about. But yeah, Lobo over Aquaman any day of the week. Any day. 100%. And he's going to nail it. He's going to nail it. But it's funny just reading the comments on people reacting, going, oh, who's this? What's he going to do? I'm like, dude, he's almost as powerful as Superman. He's basically a biker dude that gives no shits and can straight up go toe-to-toe with Supergirl. It's Jason Momoa. So it's going to be really cool. So don't diss it already. Like, it's going to be worth it. It's one of the situations where people who know the comics are really excited for it, but people who don't and just looking out in, which is fair enough, is going to be like, who the hell is this? Why have you downgraded your career? At the same time, like, even the glimpse in the trailer, he still looks cool. Like, we didn't get a full thing for him, of course. He is playing with the baddie for this film. And this film also does come out, I think it's July. I'm going to say, no, 26th of June. I was really close, though. 26th of June. It'll be coming out, and it is the next big film for James Gunn's DC, coming out next year. But yes, the poster looks good. The trailer has hooked me in. I'm liking the Guardians of the Galaxy vibe, but it does actually. What did I see the other day? I saw someone's tweet that was like, it's Captain Marvel / Guardians of the Galaxy slapped together. And I'm like, yeah, but I think, like, I get what people are saying about that, but I think it will be a lot better than Captain Marvel or the Marvels. Straight off the bat. Some of the wow, that's a while. Yeah, it's a while. Yeah, 100%. Look, it's June next year that it'll be coming, so it is a little while. But again, next year is really stacked. Like, we've got a lot of big tentpole films coming out next year, which I'm really excited for. That we need to talk about. So I'm really excited about what's on the horizon. Supergirl does have some badass storylines in comics. Red Lantern being one of them. It is. There is a lot of good stories with there's a lot of good stories with Supergirl. You know, it's just a shame that it's just taken a little bit longer for her to come to the big screen and be in the fold properly. Don't get me wrong, as we all know, there is a Supergirl film that came out in the 80s. Unfortunately, it was received very poorly. But you know, of course, Supergirl was meant to be introduced in the Zack Snyder universe, but of course that didn't come into fruition. It was rumored. Then we got the Supergirl TV show, which did really well. So the movie was well overdue that we should be getting this. It's just a shame it's taken this long, but you know, James Gunn's Superman did really well, set the tone for the universe. So hopefully, what we'll be getting next will honor that. So I think, you know, fingers crossed. But look, it's going to be interesting because when it does come out, I'm pretty sure it's going to be going up against like Odysseus, which is in July, and Spider-Man. It will be around, obviously, the summer, so it will be around there. So look, its box office could be a bit shaky on how that's going to look. Because it's going with some big hitters, because of course it's Spider-Man, it's Odysseus. So there's a lot that's going over here. So it's going to be interesting where that's going to stack. But from the first trailer, and obviously, of course, we're getting the destruction of Krypton in there as well. We're getting a bit more of the universe in this. So I'm all in for now. Maybe I need to see trailer 2 to be saying all done. But in James Gunn, we trust. Even though right now it feels like he's slapping anything at the wall. Be like, here's Superman, cool. Here's Supergirl, cool. Here's a Clayface movie. Huh, okay. Never know what else for that, but cool. Here's an animated Nightwing and Robin movie. Oh, okay, cool. I'll take that too. Here's a Bane movie. It's meant to be coming in Destro crossover. Right, because we really wanted that. And here's also a Batman movie that I've announced, but is so far away that's not even funny. And I know I said like this last week. Here's a new Batman movie with a new Batman, a seasoned Batman, with a Robin. It's very far away, and it's got nothing to do with the Batman 2. We have no official release date for it, and we don't know who the villains are going to be for it, but it is coming. It's called Brave and the Bold. So, yay! Also, good pens. I trust that he's going to have them come together. I mean, he made the animated stuff work well. Yes. Creature Commandos. That was bloody brilliant. That Creature Commandos was so good, and I can't wait for season 2. Of course, they're going to be building up to. He's going to make the Justice League movie. Of course, we need a little bit more. But it's going to be interesting from Superman's point of view, bringing the Justice League together. And don't get me wrong, like I understand Zack Snyder's sense of Batman building the Justice League, the one person who's a lone wolf, and he needs to build this because of what's coming. Like he's afraid. That's a big thing. Totally get that. But seeing Superman in his kind of sense, I'm kind of all up for. He does the lighthearted build up into something serious. Yes, he does. That's why we all still Superman and drunk Lara. Silly Superman and drunk Kara. Sorry. Yes, that is correct. Which she looks like in the trailer, she's gonna be drunk for 3/4 of that movie. Judging that. But I'm all up for it. Also, what's coming? So we didn't get the trailer for this, but Ted fans, Ted season 2 is coming out in March. And now the reason why I know a lot of people are going to like Ted, the TV show, which was on Peacock, but I've just got to mention this. So this is coming out in March. You know what else is coming out in March? Daredevil Born Again. You know what's also coming out in March? Invincible season 5. Sorry. And you know what's also coming out in May, right next to it? Invincible season 5. The final season of Invincible. Sorry, The Boys. So in March or May, you've got, I want to watch Ted. I want to watch Invincible. I want to watch Daredevil Born Again. I want to watch The Boys. All around the same time, which is insane in such a cluster of high-quality TV shows all together. And I'm like, sitting there thinking, Jesus, like, how am I gonna review all this? Like, it's just gonna be like, I wish it was spread out more, but yes, so it's gonna be Invincible for Amazon. It's gonna be Ted for international people. It's Peacock. Here in Australia, it is Binge. Dead Born Again and Disney Plus, and Invincible, The Boys, Amazon again. So if you got all those streaming platforms, you're going to be eating very well. Invincible will be like 4 episodes anyway. No. As much as I thought they were going to do that, which is why they haven't done it this year, it will be 8 episodes. So we're getting the full season of the next Invincible series. Thank God. I'm like, last year I was like, here's 4. And here's 4 again. And then guess what? Here's another year wait. Because, you've got time. Even though I've just given you 4. That's it. So, but then, we're getting into Boys. The last season of Boys. And from what Daredevil Born Again season 2 is going to be wild. Apparently, from what everything is going to be, what everything is being said, the reports, how season 1 ended, and then the fact we're getting a season 3 of Daredevil Born Again, which is wild and fantastic. I am all up for it. Now, also in the past week, we also did get the first full-length trailer of the Street Fighter movie. So it's very weird saying the fact that next year we are only going to be getting commands. I seriously insulted by Invincible animation is so hard and takes a long time. Dude, it's so annoying. It's so annoying. Like, dude, I don't totally hate the animation of Invincible. But then when you watch stuff like Dragon Slayer and other shows, you're like, man, that's peak. And then you watch Invincible and you're like, why can't it be the same? Why can't it be the same? Especially when the fact you're backed, or budgets and everything, but you're produced and made by one of the biggest companies, highest gross margin, whatever you got, highest earning companies in the entire world, Amazon, and that's what your animation looks like. Like, come on, like that's so not fair. Yeah, exactly right. At the same time, JKK was pumping out half-hour choreograph every week. Yeah, see, it's just it doesn't balance out. It's almost like Invincible needs to be taken away from Amazon and given to these other studios to make. And then you go on YouTube and you see what people would do and how they fix it up and the editing and everything. Which now I feel for the people who've created the show and they've put their blood and sweat and tears in it, and people still criticizing the work, especially if you haven't got the time. If you're limited by time and resources, that can hurt. But then you just look at what other people create, and you're like, "Damn, why can't this be the same thing? Like, why is it? It's not fair. Like, why can't it be the same thing?" And I went and saw the Demon Slayer Flying Castle this year, and I was just mesmerized. But it's just going, oh, like, God damn. Like, this is incredible. The animation, I know it's for a movie, so there's a little bit more extra money into it, but still, that looks insane. Maybe one day when Vince will have the same budget, that would just be brilliant. Sorry, yes, going back to Street Fighter. So it's interesting next year, the fact that we're going to have a Street Fighter movie and we are having a Mortal Kombat movie for both coming out next year. Capone's. The Street Fighter has a high bar to meet since that 90s one was bad. It was amazing. Was so bad, it was amazing. Yes, that's true. That Street Fighter movie with Van Damme. And I just heard about Street Fighter. Yeah. So, yes, so the Street Fighter cast was all in show at the Game Awards that happened the past week. And they also threw shade at Mortal Kombat 2. I don't know if you saw that, but one of them was like, oh, Mortal Kombat's also here because they love you. And it was like, jokes, they don't love you, but we're here, don't you worry. I was like, damn. All right, just throwing shade out there to the wind. So, all righty then. But yes, we got the Street Fighter trailer. The thing is, I must admit, the Mortal Kombat trailer looked a lot better. Mortal Kombat, both 1 and 2, looks a lot better than what Street Fighter was. Like, it's gonna they're leading more into that gamer style. Compared. Thank you for your comment too, also for staying for as long as you have. I hope MK2 doesn't make the mistake the first one did, introducing unnecessary extra characters and story. Introducing unnecessary extra characters and story crap that makes no sense. I really wanted to be like the first one. I couldn't make it through. I couldn't make it through. Oh, I couldn't make it through the first one. Yeah, I think they will. I think it's the next one from the trailer. You can tell they've really upped the budget for it. And they're really going to go what. So hopefully, what we've seen in the trailer isn't just that's all the best bits, which I really hope isn't going to be the case, because that would be really shitty if it was. So hopefully it's not. But the Street Fighter movie comes out on the 16th of October next year. But it just didn't compare. The fight stuff caught the game feel, but everything else shat the bed. Yeah, look, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. I thought the fights, the characters they did choose, was good. Yes, there was a whole bunch of unnecessary stuff, but you're gonna get that. So I'm hoping Mortal Kombat 2 is a little bit better. But yeah, next year will be the first time we get both the Street Fighter movie and Mortal Kombat live action movie next year. But honestly, the Street Fighter movie, it's gonna be. I really don't know how this is gonna go down. I really it's playing more in that game aspect and the silliness of it. Of course, with Cody Rhodes' hair and the other characters. But yeah, I'm really curious to see how it's going to be. Everyone's going to be blown away by it. Like, I think it's one of those movies that you really need to go in with low expectations for what it is. So you can't turn around and be like, oh my God, that was terrible. I'm like, well, what were you expecting? Were you expecting gold? Because you weren't going to get gold with this. So yeah, I think it's going to be one of those movies that definitely going with low expectations for this. Compounds. I heard good things about Twisted Metal TV show. It is fantastic. If you scroll back through our episodes, we did review the Twisted Metal TV show season 2. If you go back even further, we also did review Twisted Metal season 1. And we will be getting ready for season 3 when it drops, because that has been confirmed. It's Twisted Metal TV show isn't for everybody, that's for sure. But it's very much like Deadpool mixed with just how crazy things can be. It's bloody, it's chaotic, it's funny. It's not everyone's cup of tea, but for video game to TV adaptation, they nail it really well. The fight scenes in it are fantastic. The carnage of it all is great. Sweet Tooth is spot on. So spot on. So I'm really excited for season 3. Basically, not really spoiling for you. Twisted Metal season 1 is for you getting to know all the characters. Season 2 is Twisted Metal, the actual tournament. And then it looks like from Twisted Metal season 3 is going to be Twisted Metal worldwide. Depends. The game storyline isn't hard set, so from what I've seen, it captures the crazy fun of the game. It does. It captures the craziness, the wildness, the blood, the weird of it all. Is all in there. So it's well worth a watch. That's on Stand For Us, but I can't remember what it is internationally. But Stand For Us. But what a new TV show that is coming that we don't have a lot of details for right now. We just know it's been announced. We just know it's coming. So hopefully the next Star Wars celebration next year, we get a little bit more details, which was one of the hot topics as soon as it did drop, what everyone was excited for, is the Darth Maul animated TV show that will be dropping on Disney Plus sometime next year. or depending on timing, 2027. Basically, the little details that we do have that Darth Maul, this Darth Maul TV show we set on a planet called Jinx, which is outside the reach of the Empire, while he tries to rebuild his crime syndicate. Now, I am all up for a Darth Maul TV show. I'm very curious to see what type of animation style they're going to be going with it, and how it's going to be shaping up and how it's going to look like in the future. So I'm really up for that. For how it's going to be, what is it? Compared, you think people would be Star Wars out by now? Yeah, look, there is a lot of Star Wars content out there. We are overindulged with Star Wars content. Some good, some bad, like The Last Jedi or Rise of Skywalker. Bad. Or the Solo movie. Bad. But we have Andor was fantastic. I think Andor was this year, guys. Andor peak, fantastic. Such a great political thriller. Loved it. What was it? I keep saying Treasure Planet or Treasure Island. Star Wars TV show came out end of last year. That was really good. Acolyte was a bit on that. That was a bit up and down. And always Star Wars Visions was good. That was a very unique take on all of that. Disney is like, we spent the money on it. We're working this horse. Yeah, exactly. Pretty much. Yeah, we're going to milk Star Wars every last drop. That's how much we're going to be milking Star Wars. But Mandalorian was really good. Ahsoka was really good. I'm pumped for Ahsoka season 2, and I'm really pumped for the Grogu movie. Mandalorian Grogu movie. Or the fact of just getting a Mandalorian movie on the big screen. Pretty sure it's IMAX too, which would be brilliant. But yeah, getting that looks fantastic. I know a lot of people really weren't taken away by the trailer of it all, but I think it's one I'm always a man that's, let's see the second trailer before cursing out to this looks awful, which I know I'm saying that, but because there is a movie that we're going to be talking about a little bit later, which I think is going to break that rule for me. But I always think if you don't like it, always give a second trailer to really be yay or nay on it. And I like the first trailer. I really do want to see the second one. Not to mention, Sigourney Weaver is going to be in this. Sci-Fi Queen is going to be in this, which I will be seeing the Sci-Fi Queen tomorrow for Avatar. Avatar comes out this week, but yes, a Darth Maul TV show isn't coming around. Also, this would be interesting. Now, a couple of weeks ago, we spoke about how we looked at the trailer and the poster for the brand new Hunger Games that is coming out next year. And not only that, it is also reported that both Jennifer Lawrence and Josh are back for it and will appear right at the end of the movie. This movie is going to lead into the Hunger Games, first one that started it all. Which I think will be a great callback for this, and get that launching point that you do watch these two films and then you watch the Hunger Games all in one sitting. It gives you obviously that bit of that background on all the characters. But I think it's a great connection. I really wasn't expecting them to do that. I assumed they would probably want to sneak in another one in between the second. Obviously, this is the second prequel, and of course, the original Hunger Games. I thought they might want to try to sneak one more in. But no, it looks like they're just using this to bridge the gap going into it. So I'm all for it. Seeing these characters, Hunger Games 1, 2, and 3, 4, and Split. I think the first one was Split was shit. Second one was good. But it was a good franchise. And yes, I know there's a lot of controversy with the story, where it's been ripped off by I think it's called Battle Royale. There's a whole thing about the fact that the story came out first and ripped off, but technically, you're looking at nearly every story is a rip off something else. Like Avatar is a rip off of Pocahontas. If you go check that out, it's pretty much line by line. So There's a lot. Yeah, so definitely. So icons of Hunger Games will be returning. Now, this is what I was saying. This is what I was saying before, is that we got a small teaser for Lanterns. Now, Lanterns is a HBO Max. It's coming out next year. But the teaser looks like we haven't, like, it looked grainy or looked like a leak thing. Like, it didn't look like a full trailer. I'm assuming we should get the full trailer over the next week or early next year. The teaser just sees our two Lanterns interacting with each other in a training aspect, but that's in the military because, of course, both of them in the military. But it's interesting. Saw a thumbnail for it, but that's it. What was that for? Lanterns? Is that for Lanterns components? Is that for that? If I'm saying your name right, so sorry if I have been butchering it. But yeah, so we just got that. I'm excited. Yeah, okay, for Lanterns. Yeah, like, it's not really. I mean, it's not something you really need to go be diving out for. Like, it's not a full trailer. It was really just a teaser. And from what I saw in the teaser, I was like, okay, not really selling me. Not really cool. Like, don't get me wrong, I don't think I am excited to see Jon Stewart in as a Green Lantern. But that's about it. That's about it, to be honest. There's nothing really like pulling me on. I can't wait. Like, don't get me wrong, it's coming out next year, but I'm not really like, oh my god, Lanterns! Like, let's do this in every way possible sense. I'm just more like, okay. Just saw Jon Stewart and a partner in a hallway with a light. Yeah, that's kind of like all the trailer is. It's not really like something amazing for it. So it's obviously it's just a small leak, but it's not like, oh my god, we need to go check this out. Like, it's HBO Max. So it is meant to be 8 episodes long. It's coming out next year on HBO Max, which would mean, actually no, we'd still mean HBO Max for us here in Australia, because this year we finally got HBO Max, which is a win. Because a small part of is like Lantern, let's go. But I mean, I'm much bigger fan of the other cores. Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm guessing this is really just going to be an introduction, and then we're going to see the rest, with the Red Lanterns, Yellow Lanterns, and seeing how that goes, which I'm all up for. So yeah, and then we're 3 Lanterns we're going to have in the DC at one time, which is interesting because at one point we could barely just get 1 Lantern. But now we're going to have 3 to keep up. So for the casual viewer, good luck with all these Lanterns. With Guy Gardner, Jon Stewart, Hal Jordan. Imagine Dexter. Yeah, exactly. So it's going to be interesting to see how much this show is going to dive in, or who's going to appear in it. Like, that's the interesting part. I can imagine Gunn doesn't want a shot at Dexter. You never know. James Gunn likes to pull out the weirdest characters from the universe, so he might. So I trust James Gunn, the fact that if he can pull out the most randomest character and pull him out, he'll do it. Like, hell, look at the Guardians. They were a D&E team. Now they're the A team. So it's going to be interesting to see how that's all going to crack on. But also, speaking of going on, of course, the past week we've also seen that Expedition 33 took the Game of the Year awards. Which is well deserved. But not only that, it also took away pretty much art design, sound design, design itself, acting. It took pretty much all the awards and was well deserved. That game definitely does deserve that pocket. Capone, what's weirder and more awesome than a Dex? It's true. That's very true. Silk Song was robbed. I have to argue with that. Expedition 33 was really good. It was really good. Like it for a game of its stature, it deserved it. It was right. So does it was well deserved. I also do like how there was an award for what was it? Highest most anticipated game of 2025, and it was GTA 6. I felt like saying, well, isn't that just a no shit award? like no shit. That is the highest that is the most anticipated game of next year. What else is going to be on top of it? Like, I feel like that was such a stupid award. I saw that, and of course we got a new Tomb Raider, which is really cool. 2 new Tomb Raiders coming year by year, which is awesome and great to see. And not only that, but Expedition 33 was well deserved. Next year is going to be interesting to see what's going to take the Game of the Year award, which better be GTA 6. There is nothing at this stage that I could think of that would take that spot at all. It is a shame that Red Dead Redemption didn't take it, but it's fine because it did go up against Elden Ring in the same year. I also voted for Elden Ring as well. Red Dead Redemption 2 is in its place. It's in the history books, and it's still such a fantastic game all the way. Now, this is interesting. So, in the past week, it has been rumored that Scarlett Johansson is up for a role in the Batman 2. And also, not only that, is Brad Pitt is also up for a role in the Batman 2. And there's a lot of rumors on who he's playing. He's going to be playing Two-Face, or he's maybe playing Two-Face's dad, or he's going to be playing Hugo Strange. Like, there is a lot rumoring around. Interesting now, the fact that we're going to having Brad Pitt, Scarlett Johansson, and the Batman 2. Batman 2 seems to be coming, not only, of course, it's a hot topic, but even a bigger project coming around. So how it's going to look is wild of who Brad Pitt can play. Brad Pitt would do a great job as Two-Face, but at the same time that's not going to really work because it could still work. Don't know how it's going to look though. But who do you think Brad Pitt's going to be playing if he's up for a role in this? He hasn't really done. Really hasn't done a comic book movie. Animated, like Sinbad and stuff, but nothing. Oh, he was he was in Deadpool 2 for 2 seconds. For 2 seconds, he was in Deadpool 2 and got litter than a Christmas dinner and that. But I feel like he needs to be a politician. Like, for how he is, he can't be Hugo Strange. Like, can't be that. Unless, actually, potentially, he could be playing Hush. I could see him playing Hush. I could see that happening. I would say that would probably be on my list of things that is a possibility of who could be playing. Depends. Hush sounds right. Yeah. I think, that's my 2 cents. Brown in the universe, he's going to be playing Hush. I'm trying to think who else. Just because his stature, his build. Nothing. No one's. I'm thinking I'm going down with all the Batman villains in my head, and nothing is really standing out to me of a person that could do it. Hush is really the only one. He could play the Mad Hatter. If he really wants to go wild, he could be playing the Mad Hatter, but I don't think they're going to go down that road. But if he does play Hush, he would kill it. In the Matt Reeves universe, him playing Hush would be brilliant. So good. Definitely could see him with the raps. Yeah, 100%. Same. I could see him playing Hush, and if he does, he would nail it. He would absolutely nail that role, and I would be all up for it. Because I know, as we were talking about last week, the Batman 2, there's so much circling on what the plot is. Like, there's one about Mr. Freeze, there's one about Hush, there's one about the Court of Owls. There's Scarecrow has been floating around. There's just, there's a lot that can be doing it. Also, hello to It's Time Man. Thank you for coming past. Appreciate it. We're just talking about who all the characters that Brad Pitt could play on the Batman 2. But yeah, I haven't really got one. But seeing him in that would be great. But there's no one else that's really coming to mind. It's funny. It will hit me like when I go to bed tonight. I'd be like, oh, this character could also be playing in. I think at one point he was, I think we're sure one of the moments he was also up for contention to be playing Batman. Brad Pitt as Robin. No. Nightwing. He will be playing Nightwing. He will be playing that black and blue suit playing Nightwing. Old man Nightwing. Oh God! You can put that in ChatGPT and I'll make that real quick. But that's I don't think they'll do Ra's al Ghul as Raish. I don't think it'll be him because I feel like that's a little bit more of a build up. And I feel like he needs a little bit more of a serious role, if you try, and Brad Pitt can really do that as we've seen. So curious to see how it's going to shape into or who Scarlett Johansson's going to be playing. She's not going to be playing Harley Quinn. No way. Hope not. Also, speaking of characters, speaking of icons, I have to say it, because grew up on him. In this past week, John Cena has officially retired altogether. Capons, who would make a good Tim Drake Nightwing? Timothy Chalamet could do it. Tom Holland could do it. But they're probably too good as Spider-Man. One of the Stranger Things kids could do it. Trying to think. I'd say one of them. I'm trying to think big characters, just that build and everything. I would say one of them. I could do it. But yeah, sorry, going back, is that yes, John Cena has officially retired. And the reason why I have to bring this up is that it's because man, for what he's done, his dedication. When I grew up watching wrestling, he was the man. He was the man. John Cena was always there. He was on top. He's been a staple of the company for so long. Like, it's when you think of WWE, you think of John Cena. Wait, from everything. So no, he's retired from wrestling. So he would still be appearing in movies and TV shows and everything, but he's just retired from his in-ring career. So he will still be popping up and doing appearances for WWE. He will still be appearing from now and then. But no, the fact he's retired. It's wild to think about. Like, as I said, he's very much like when The Undertaker retired. Like, it's always been a staple. But you move on, and then I saw a meme that's like, people crossed out, and like it showed like early 2000s or 2010s, all these people here, and then you got pretty much like Randy Orton by himself. And now there's a whole other rumor going around that Brock Lesnar is going to retire next year. Like that whole generation is just at retirement age, and you move into the future with the next generation of what's going to be. WWE is terrible anyway. Good for rebelling. Look, it's WWE has its place. Whether you like it or don't like it, it has its place. And it is also the longest running weekly TV show ever. And I don't think any TV show will ever top it, of course, because they're over 1,000 episodes anyway, and they haven't missed a single week, so no off season. But no, you gotta appreciate what he's done for the company and him moving on. Which he said the reason why is that to keep going. It's just because he's at a point with his body and he doesn't want to damage his body too far, doesn't want to give a match that's average, so you still want to go at the best, and he's started to bow out. No, I mean the way Vince ran things, not much wrestling itself, or how Vince compares how Vince run things. Yeah, look, mate, I could go on a complete another tangent on that entire kettle of fish. Trust me, I can. But no, kudos to John Cena for his 20 years dedication to his business. He's also in the Guinness Book of Records as the highest person who's done Make-A-Wish wishes. He's the can of bees. That can of bees. Lol. What? Yeah, he's in the Guinness Book of Records. He's also the most WWE Championship wins. He's well deserved his retirement, and it's rumored the fact that he's going to be going into the Hall of Fame next year. Like, it is probably, if I could say anything, it's just a shame the fact it didn't end at WrestleMania. WrestleMania would have been a better celebration for him, but he's of course humble like that, and he didn't want to go too far. But no, all the best for John Cena next part of his career. I'm pretty sure the wrestling community is going to be missing him greatly. I don't think there was a single dry eye. It just feels the fact that it's over. It's just the fact that he's officially retired, and there's more to come, more retirements to come from that generation, and it's just insane to think about that we're at this point, really, from what you grew up with. Of course, I was going to mention about Zootopia, but it's really about what we spoke about before. Zootopia, Kelly right now has made $1,136,000,000 at the box office, making it the highest grossing movie of 2025. And another franchise that is first one, $1 billion. Second one, $1 billion. And I have no doubt they're all going to be working on a third. They'll probably make $1 billion as well. And it's a good movie. I haven't seen it yet, but all the reviews are fantastic. I'm just going to wait until it comes on streaming before I watch it. Because right now, coming into Christmas, is busy as. And I got 2 premieres this week lined up that I have to go see. But yeah, made $1 billion at the box office for Zootopia. Damn, that is a lot. Domestic, 258 million. International, 877 million. Wow. That is incredible. How much money has that made? Wow. In China, it's made $444 million. Holy crap. That's more than nearly every single, That's where it's got most of its meat from. Lot of furries out there. I know. Could be. Very much. Yeah. 1.136 million of them. But internationally, 77%. And the fact that China is alone is $444 million that box office is insane. That's just wild to think about. Jeez. I wonder if the foam industry felt the loss. Good, potentially. Could be. But speaking of another one that's going to be a box office king, is that not only is it rumored and heavily rumored that Avengers Doomsday trailer teaser will be dropping Avatar, it is now also breaking down the fact apparently there's going to be 4 teasers of Avengers Doomsday coming out. Teaser 1, Teaser 2, Teaser 3, teaser 4, apparently going over different days. The rumor going around is for the fact that this is going to be shown from different aspects. So an incursion, which is currently happening in the Marvel Universe, where universes collide. One that's going to be happening from the X-Men side. One that's going to be happening from the Fantastic Four side, our side, all coming together, and probably Doctor Strange, and then obviously all teasers together will make that one big teaser because someone's going to cut it together, which is really interesting. And then the hype is all out there for this week. Very curious they're going to be breaking it down for that, in the sense that that's probably one way. The fact that no one can really leak it because it's only going to be 1/4 of a trailer. You would need one from everybody to put it together to do it. So that's a wild thing to think about on that sense. I was like, who it's going to be of like each aspect. But and we have to remember, I'm trying to keep my composure for it because I'm so excited for it. I can't wait. But I have to remember the fact this is only a teaser. And it's a wild teaser. It's for one of the biggest movies of next year. But it's only a teaser. That's all we get at the beginning. And yeah, look, the last teaser for Endgame was incredible. And here's another thing that I couldn't believe is that I saw someone's tweet about this. But like, oh, Avengers Endgame. Avengers Doomsday is going to be a sequel to Avengers Endgame. It's going to be a sequel and really touch on that. And I saw someone's tweet. It was like, oh, so basically they're just forgetting about Phase 5 and all this. I was like, what are you talking about? Of course, it's a sequel. Of course, it's a sequel to Endgame. Avengers Secret Wars is a sequel to both Doomsday. Like, what do you mean? The fact that, like, oh, this is just going to cancel. Of course, it's a sequel to this. It's not a whole wipe in. We've got same characters. It's in the same universe. It's still the Avengers. It's still the fact that you can literally go watch Avengers 1, 2, 3, 4. Like, try get me wrong. There'll be a lot of gaps in between that for you to figure out who's who. But yeah, so you can just keep watching it. People really complain we didn't get rebooted. Oh, I know. People complain about anything. Can't reboot it. The reboot's coming after Secret Wars. The whole universe is being rebooted after that, with some characters still hanging around. So that's when the reboot will happen, ladies and gentlemen. That's what's going to be happening. But I just saw that tweet, and I just made my brain hurt. Of just like, oh, what are you talking about? I could rant at this till the cows come home. Like, what are you talking about? Of course, the sequel. That's no surprise. Because another whole rumor going around is the fact that Dr. Doom is chasing Steve Rogers because he's in his wrong time. He's gone back and stuffed things up, which of course the meme is that when you tend to mess with time tends to mess back. That's kind of a thing that's leading into this. So that's kind of where that's all going. But yeah, apparently 4 teasers that once combined will be one big teaser. So it's going to be very interesting what's going to be seen in Avatar, what's going to be shown somewhere else. But no one really knows when these are only rumors. Also, the fact that someone showed me a screenshot. I saw a screenshot of, I think, YouTube. I think it's I want to say it's Marvel. One of the only positive portrayals of a Steve in media. Yeah, it's very true. Steve Rogers. Someone showed me the other day that apparently you can see that there's a trailer hid behind, not shown yet on, I think it's Marvel Studios' trailers. You can see there's a trailer hidden, released that'll be coming out this week. But trust me, this week we will be talking about the Avengers Doomsday trailer, which is hopefully it's going to be it's going to be mind-boggling on what it's going to be and how it's going to look like. And it's funny, I saw a reel today. It was like people getting up from the movie, like the Avatar movie, to break it down, the whole trailer, which is going to be me. It's going to be me. I'm going to be watching it, every little detail. And I'm going to be the guy talking through Avatar the whole time, going, "Oh my god, what does this mean? Oh my god, this means this. Oh my god, this means that. Oh my god, Like, that was that convenient. Oh my god, well, we really need the trailer 2, which the trailer 2 is probably not going to come into the Super Bowl next year, which is when I thought we are going to be getting the first trailer. So, because not only are we in the end game now, ladies and gentlemen, Randers and Rantettes, is the fact it is less than 12 months to when we get Avengers Doomsday. It's fantastic. And of course, I really hope we get Daredevil going to be in it. That's what I really want. Now, that's some of the biggest news that's happened in the past week. Now I'm going to talk about my Christmas movie of this year, which I just saw just recently and went to the events screening for, which thank you to Studio Canal for inviting me to the premiere for this, which had Santa hats, is a remake of the 1984 Silent Night, Deadly Night movie. Now, this has only made $1.1 million at the box office so far. Little did I know, I knew this was a remake. Did I not know the fact that this is the seventh installment in this franchise? So there's Silent Night 2, Silent Night 3, you better watch out. Silent Night 4, 5, 6 that was a reimagining, 6 that was meant to be a reimagining kind of reboot type style, and then this is number 7. I really did not know this was an entire franchise of this length. And the funny is, I look back and I looked at Silent Night 2, 3, and 4, and 5, I'm like, wow, they are pure 90s. Like, they are bad. And I think one of them is called Silent Night 5. It's like Silent Night 5, a toy maker, or it's just referred to as toy maker. Like, that's a whole thing. Like, they're just pure 90s, like bad movies, like bad horror movies. Like, you could tell. Interesting the fact that I also looked at that there was so much controversy with the first Silent Night, because Silent Night, Deadly Night, as it sounds, is that Santa goes on a murderous guy dressed as Santa Claus goes on a murderous rampage and starts killing people in horrific fashion. Usually only bad people. So what we do get in this film is very, very similar. So, of course, it is going to be Billy Chapman plays as the titular character, who hears a voice in his head telling him from the good people to bad people to kill, and gives him a little flash. It gave me a lot of Venom vibes in this. Deadpool vibes, just a voice in the back. It was actually a lot funnier. So this is literally bloody, it's gory, and it's funny, all three in between this. There are a few little jump scares in this. We're going in spoiler territory. There is, of course, there's little jump scares in this. There is obviously a lot of blood in it, but the funny parts were really good. Like, trust me, I was like, oh my god! Like, I was watching the trailer, I was like, this is just going to be a pure bloodbath. I'm going to be scared shitless. No, this was such a good time. And this film only goes for 96 minutes. It was entirely shot in Canada. It was really good. Like, honestly, I had such a good time in this. And like, yeah, some of the bloody moments, you're like, oh, damn. And aren't too bad. It's a little bit gross in the sense of the fact that he kills his victims, gets their blood and puts it in a book because it's killing people for the 24 days of Christmas. Only bad people, because basically what happens to Billy is that he sees his parents get brutally murdered by a guy dressed as Santa. And then he sees the fact that Santa's nearly dying because he's been injured. He goes up to him and sees what's wrong, shakes his hand. Now he's possessed by the guy. And the whole thing is the fact if he doesn't kill people, someone good dies. So it needs to be a balance. So he needs to kill the bad people. And you see him have these flashes of what they've done. And he really enjoys it. He really enjoys it because he wants to get the bad people. And you feel for him. You feel for him for the movie because the fact that he wants to do the right thing. You see him why he picks the axe. He tries to get away. He's been doing it ever since he was a kid. You get a flashback of that as well. But the movie never feels like it goes too long. It keeps it nice and neat and compact. And of course, when he goes to a small town, he falls in love with a girl, which is also kind of nuts. But trust me in the sense, like, if you like Deadpool, if you like Venom, like, this is like the Christmas version in between that. Like, you're really gonna like this. Don't go in with high expectations, but you can have a really great time with it. And in the set, I love this. In the middle, he's chasing this one woman. He's chasing this one woman who he has to kill, like, because you can see how she does bad things, and she's at this party, and he walks into the party, and you can hear the voice in his head, Charlie in the voice. Sorry, Charlie's the voice. You can hear him go, "Oh my god," or something along the lines like, "Oh my god, we are in unholy land," and turns around. The camera turns around, and it is a Nazi party. It is, and they are basically having a Christmas party, and he loses his mind. He goes like, "Oh, we just need to kill her." He's like, "No, they all got to go, all of them," and it turns into a massive bloodbath, which is just both funny and just insane to think about the fact that even there's like, there's like this certain level of killing, and then there's like, oh my god, this is on a whole different level altogether. So it has that vibe. So this is definitely a comedy horror film in sense, and of course, as he's chasing these killers, you find a much more darker path. What's happening to this small town? Kids are missing, so there's always a kind of sense of like, there's always a bigger fish, or there's always a darker fish, really. So that goes into a whole section of just how dark it does get. And you also see, of course, the next generation come in, or the next killer come in. So it's honestly, it's a great Christmas film. It completely beat my expectations. The whole theater was laughing. Some of the things that you'd said, you just burst out laughing in this. It's a film that, it's tight, it's neat. You're gonna have a good time. It's a remake it's a Christmas remake. You're gonna love it. Remind me of, it's not Bad Santa. It's not Silent Night. It's Silent Night. I think it's Silent Night with came out last year, where he plays as the action Santa. What's his name? But this is a little bit more. This is a little bit more bloodier. It's gonna bug me. It's gonna bug me on who it is. I think it's Silent Night. David Harbour plays in it. There's a sequel coming out. Apparently, you're going to see Mrs. Claus in this. Violent Night. That's it. Violent Night. Violent Night was, that's it. So if you like Violent Night, you're gonna like this. It's a little bit more bloodier. Violent Night, of course, had a bit more of a budget, and they made $76 million at the box office, of course, but they are making Violent Night 2, which is scheduled for release next year in December. Christian Bell's also joined the cast for this one. Huh. Oh, yeah. Jared Harris. Interesting. Joe Maxwell. MJF is also joined for this. Interesting. Really appropriate. Anyway, got to go off topic. But yes, so that is definitely check out Silent Night, Deadly Night. It's well worth the price of admission. So look, that's my review for Silent Night, Deadly Night. And look, thank you very much for everyone who's tuning in for this episode. Really appreciate it. And obviously, pounds for come past for as long as you have. And please go check out our last few episodes. Go check. Basically, it's fun horror. It's fun horror. It is. It's well worth it. So go check out our previous episodes. And don't forget to tune in next week, this weekend, because we're going to be reviewing Avatar that's coming around. And we're going to start reviewing Fallout this week. And definitely go check out our socials. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, ranters and rantettes, until next time, happy ranting.
Thanks for listening to Lights, Camera, Rant. If you like the show, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss a single episode. While you're at it, leave us a rating and review, and be sure to tell your friends. Until next time, happy ranting.